And I know that we've had a very passionate, positive response from the fandom, and I know that it got some great numbers in terms of viewing figures. So that's it. That's all I know. I'm waiting for the phone to ring.
How about a third season of Halo? Well, it seems there might be some hope after all. How might this thrilling saga continue? Let's find out. Set in the sprawling universe of the 26th century, the Halo series takes viewers right into the heat of an epic battle between humanity and the Alien Covenant. The lead character, Master Chief, is none other than Pablo Schreiber, playing a super soldier with the weighty mission of protecting the future of humankind. Despite a rocky start in its debut season, something interesting happened. David Weiner stepped in as the new showrunner, and boom! The show made a stunning turnaround in its second season, winning over fans left and right. Now, isn't it curious how a leadership shakeup can transform a series? Joseph Morgan, portraying James Eckerson in the series, spilled some tea in a recent Screen Rant interview after the Season 2 finale. He highlighted the show's solid ratings and the wave of positive vibes from fans thanks to Weiner's fresh perspective. No, look, I know that the show was well received critically, and I know that we have had a very passionate and positive response from the fandom, and I know that it got some great numbers in terms of viewing figures, so that's it. That's all I know. I'm waiting for the phone to ring, man. I would love to come and do another season, he shared. But what's really fascinating here? It's how the series, though born from the beloved video game, isn't just a replay of the familiar stories. Executive producer Kiki Wolfkill revealed they're crafting what they call a silver timeline. This isn't just a simple adaptation, it's a reimagining, much like how Marvel reworked its comics into the blockbuster Marvel Cinematic Universe. This approach gives them the freedom to explore new territories without being chained to the original gameplay narratives. Joseph Morgan also credited Weiner for not only revamping the show's direction, but for ensuring his continued role. Under this new leadership, the plot deepened significantly, teasing the introduction of the Flood in the upcoming season. Just think about it. If they greenlight Season 3, it promises to be nothing short of epic. He was responsible for me being a part of the show, and he was responsible for changing the vision of the show and the direction of the show. But he also had the cards dealt to him from Season 1 of like, here is where you start, you have to play off this, but now I feel like, especially with the introduction of the Flood now, Season 3 is going to be epic if we get to do that. So, yeah, I'm very hopeful, Morgan explained. Given the series' soaring critical acclaim, enthusiastic audience reactions, and robust viewership numbers, it seems like a clear choice to keep this momentum going. David Weiner, the showrunner, has cleverly laid out narrative threads that not only promise exciting future episodes, but also hint at his long-term vision for the Halo universe. Turning back the clock to Season 1, it's 2552, and the stakes couldn't be higher. The Covenant, a formidable alien coalition, launches a fierce assault on an insurrectionist outpost on the planet Madrigal. Amidst the chaos, a teenager named Quan Ha emerges as the sole survivor. Just when it seems all is lost, who comes to the rescue? None other than the Spartan II unit called Silver Team, led by the iconic Master Chief Petty Officer John 117. They swoop in just in time for a daring rescue. During this intense operation, Master Chief stumbles upon a mysterious Forerunner, Keystone, in a cave. But hold on, a Covenant elite, having witnessed John's interaction with the Keystone, rushes to report this development to the Prophet of Mercy at the Covenant capital, High Charity. Meanwhile, back in Rage, Dr. Catherine Halsey and ONI Admiral Paragonsky are locked in a tense discussion about Halsey's latest project, Cortana, an advanced AI modeled after Halsey's own brain patterns. As tensions escalate, Quan, who is uncooperative and distrustful, nearly faces execution by John under USNC orders. But what does John do? In a critical moment, he defies his commands, revealing his face to Quan, an act that humanizes him beyond his Spartan persona. Can you believe that? This act of defiance triggers an unexpected sequence of events, with John touching the Keystone again, inadvertently cutting power to the base but restoring it to his ship, enabling a daring escape with Quan. Think back to John's past, where flashbacks make it intriguing. A young John catches a fellow Spartan, Soren, attempting to flee. He lets Soren go, a decision that echoes into the future. In the present, where do John and Quan find refuge? At the Rubble, an insurrectionist haven carved from asteroids where they reunite with Soren, now a leader among rebels. As the situation on Rage intensifies, Halsey faces scrutiny over her control of John and his actions. Silver Team is dispatched to recover the fugitives and the Keystone. Then we encounter a twist. The surviving elite from Madrigal informs High Charity's leaders about John's interaction with the Keystone. McKay, a human revered by the Covenant, vows to retrieve it herself. Amidst these events, Sauron introduces John to Reth, a hermit with a dark past involving the Covenant, who reveals the Keystone's potential to unlock an alien superweapon. And if that wasn't enough, back in Rage, the story takes a darker turn. Halsey embeds the AI Cortana into John's brain, enhancing his capabilities but at a profound ethical cost. As John's journey of self-discovery continues, he touches the Keystone once more, which floods him with memories of his parents and his childhood. The narrative further unfolds as Quan, under Sauron's guidance, returns to Madrigal to connect with her father's allies, only to find them gripped by fear of the Covenant and the USNC. Meanwhile, John, alongside Halsey and Cortana, investigates his homeworld, Eridanus II, uncovering his past and the location of a second Keystone. When the USNC puts the Madrigal Keystone through its paces, their actions draw the fierce gaze of the Covenant. This triggers a brutal confrontation that leaves many casualties in its wake and sees the Covenant walk away with the Keystone. Fast forward to Season 2 of Halo, which ramps up the excitement with a series of intense episodes that dive deeper into the complex universe of the series. It picks up 6 months after a pivotal raid on Ras Kahotska, with Silver Team back in action in the planet's sanctuary. Tasked with a desperate evacuation of the locals, how will they handle the pressure as the Covenant launches a devastating attack? Amid the destruction, Master Chief, played by John 117, pulls off a daring rescue of Marine Talia Perez from elite Covenant troops. Back in Rage, the aftermath of the mission sees Silver Team greeted by ONI operative James Eckerson, who's taken over the Spartan II program after Dr. Catherine Hasley's departure. The air chills with tension as Eckerson's interaction with John is frosty to say the least. He probes into John's recent experiences and expresses concerns about potential side effects from John's time with the AI Cortana implanted in his brain. Eckerson brushes off John's strategic insights about the Covenant's evolving tactics. But guess what? John finds a somewhat reluctant ally in Paragoski, who reveals she has been expelled from ONI due to the fallout from Halsey's controversial experiments. Meanwhile, the subplot thickens with Sauron's narrative taking a turn. He tries to capture Halsey by purchasing the services of an indentured servant who claims to have seen her. But does this plan go smoothly? Far from it. It backfires dramatically, leading him into a trap that results in his arrest for piracy and treason. On another front, Quan Ha, having survived the destruction of Madrigal by the Covenant, forms a bond with Sauron's son, Kessler. She shares tales of her adventures and the legendary monsters of her past. Cobalt Team is dispatched on a mission instead of Silver Team due to Eckerson's growing distrust. The stakes escalate even further when Eckerson uses Cortana to deduce an impending threat and Cobalt Team fails to return from their mission. What does this signal? A deeper conspiracy is afoot. John's fears are confirmed when he deduces that the Covenant has infiltrated Rage, prompting a critical response to defend the planet. This revelation leads to a series of quick-paced, high-stakes decisions that culminate in a fierce confrontation at Visegrad Relay, where Silver Team faces off against both Covenant forces and their own conflicting loyalties. As the season charges towards its thrilling finale, John, having slipped away from a forced psychiatric evaluation, is now in a race against the clock with his team to destroy the Covenant's sinister plans. With the show ending with a killer season, looks like we're in for another ride. What are your thoughts on where the story could head next? Comment below with your predictions and insights, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on all things Halo.